Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, easily the worst entry in the series. Poor graphics, unfun combat, no gameplay variety, no real innovation. Feels outdated despite years of development. After reportedly spending around 7 years in development, this is the result? The game doesn't even come close to the standard fans expected from the Xenoverse series. Meanwhile, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 remains the GOAT. More content, more fun, more replayability, and a much better overall experience even after all these years. A truly disappointing outcome for what should have been the next evolution of Xenoverse. Are we being dead ass right now? Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is bad, right? Worst game ever created. Confirmed by people on Twitter. Let's talk about the recent Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 fiasco. There is a lot of disappointment, madness. People are not happy about what they saw, right? Let's talk about everything. I'm gonna keep this as, I guess, real with y'all as I possibly can. You know, I'm gonna try to keep some bias aside. I mean, I can't really say there's bias just because, again, this game, we've seen like 8 minutes of gameplay, so it's like I can't even say like what my like full complete thoughts about the game are yet because it's not even out yet. I haven't seen enough, right? So that's the main thing I want to put out there, is that until I see more from the game, I see what else it has to offer and everything, I cannot formulate a 100% opinion on everything right now. I can give you guys thoughts and opinions on just like some of the things that we've seen so far, and that's, you know, obviously what most people are doing. You know, most normal people are trying to go into this with some nuance, right? They're gonna say, okay, well, this is what I like about the game, but this is what I don't like about the game, you know? Constructive criticism, that's great, that's fine, right? Keep doing that, that's good. But I've seen there's just complete negativity on this game. People are saying, like, they're already writing it off as as it being worse than Xenoverse 2, which is crazy to me, because what we've seen so far for a lot of stuff, not everything, right? A lot of stuff just looks better, okay? And maybe I'm fucking crazy, right? Maybe I'm blinded, but I mean, I've watched the gameplay and I've watched the trailer about 1 million times, and I think it looks pretty fucking cool, right? Again, this is just what I'm seeing so far. Again, there are things that I'm not a fan of, and I'm going to be talking about all that in this video. But let's just go over like an example of like what I'm kind of seeing. This isn't everyone, right? This one person does not speak for everyone. But they said Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is easily the worst entry in the series. It has poor graphics, unfun combat. Nobody has played the game yet, and you're already saying that the combat is unfun. Okay, I can understand if what you saw, maybe you're just not a big fan of, right? But just flat out saying it's unfun, like you haven't even played it yet, dog. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, right? Try the game first, and then you can say, okay, this is not fun, right? We saw gameplay, actual gameplay, probably like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe less, you know? And that's in one mode against like, almost like a PQ/raid. That's not just like 1v1 PvP yet. We still haven't seen that. No gameplay variety. I mean, what are you looking for? Are people looking for Sparking Zero? I guess that's what people were wanting to see from this game. It's Xenoverse, y'all. You're not gonna get Sparking Zero. There's a reason why we have Sparking Zero and Xenoverse as 2 completely separate games. You're not gonna have things that are exactly the same, right? I think Xenoverse 2, at least for the most part, is still a fun game, right? Maybe the combos and everything, you know, can feel a little bit stiff, right? But I mean, the combos for a lot of characters are unique. You can have different combo strings and outcomes and things like there's a reason why it's lasted this long. It's a fun game, right? And Xenoverse 3 is kind of just building off of that. No real innovation. You're crazy, dude. That's actually crazy to say. And again, this person doesn't speak for everyone. This just shows like this is all XXXXX, all negative stuff about the game, right? Not a single thing about... Basically, he's saying that the entire package so far from what they've seen from the gameplay, is ass. Just straight up, flat out, that's it. This is crazy, dude. No real innovation. They're adding in the... I know some people don't really care for this, right? But it is a new thing, the soul change mechanic. You have soul assist. You have different abilities that get activated from certain attacks and stuff, passive abilities and all this stuff. Like, there's new stuff here that we didn't have in Xenoverse 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can move and aim the Kamehameha. We couldn't do that in Xenoverse 2, right? Feels outdated despite years of development. Feels outdated. I'm looking at this game. Again, I've watched it a lot. I'm very, very excited for this game. You know what I'm saying? I've watched this trailer. I've watched the gameplay about 1 million times now, right? It looks like a new game, okay? I'm not saying everything about it is peak or anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it definitely looks like a new, innovative Xenoverse game. This is not the same game. And that's actually another criticism, is that people don't like that it's so different. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It's new. It's been 10 years, right? We've played Xenoverse 2 for 10 years. It's going to be a little difficult for some people to let it go, for people that really love the Xenoverse 2. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of changes on here, right, for Xenoverse 3, that it's definitely going to take time for us to get used to it. Because this is a new direction moving forward. Again, 10 years, y'all. 10 years. You cannot expect this game to be the same thing from 10 years ago. There are similar things. There are bones and foundations of Xenoverse in here, right? But they had to change things. They had to upgrade things. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is... I feel like this is what people... I mean, I would assume what people have been asking for is for things to be, you know, to get updated with the actual gameplay. So... other than like this, just these insane takes, right? In my opinion, right? You can disagree. Like, I know there are people who probably agree with this, right? It's not just black and white when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? There has to be nuance, right? There has to be, you know, things in the middle, things that you like, things that you don't like, okay? And again, this person doesn't speak for everyone, but I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people just completely write the game off as just, it's dog shit. Like, oh my god. So let's talk about the soul change real quick, because this is a big criticism for the game. All right, the soul change ability, as far as what they've stated and what has been, you know, talked about and what was displayed, is that it's soul change is optional, right? You don't have to have this. You can use an awoken skill instead, okay? I can't 100% confirm that because we haven't seen it, right? But basically what is stated here is that everything that it shows, it functions like an awoken skill in a sense. You know what I mean? In this demo, you become future Trunks, right? In the actual gameplay after you soul change. After transforming, HP is recovered, while stats such as attack power are also increased significantly. I went over that in the actual gameplay breakdown, okay? Go watch that. The stats will actually change to reflect the stats of that specific character. Now, again, I don't know if we can use roster characters yet. I don't know, okay? It would be very stupid if you couldn't. Because imagine putting in that much work and effort of creating these, you know, updating these models, updating these attack animations, and doing all these stat changes and distribution for all these characters, and you don't have them playable normally, freely in the game. That would be so stupid. What a waste, right? But we can't jump the gun just yet because we don't know, right? They've only shown, again, like 5 minutes of the gameplay, okay? The other, like, 3 minutes was just, like, walking around in the lobby and in your room and stuff, right? That wasn't even, like, you know, combat that we've seen. So, yeah, it's basically a trump card. It's basically, in a sense, right, like a fusion between, like, an awoken skill, utilizing as, because it is timed, right, and limit burst, in a sense, right? or like the X Factor or whatever you want to call it. Okay, spark mode or something like that. You know, the trump card, the thing where it's like you're backed into a corner and you got to pull some shit out your ass to beat some ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that, right? This is also stated. Also, although the awoken skills that appeared in the previous game could not be experienced during the demo play session, right? It was confirmed that, you know, I mean, we saw it in the trailer, John 1000, he goes Super Saiyan. Awoken skills are still in the game, right? They can be tried by choosing Saiyan during character selection at the start of the game, right? When an awoken skill is equipped, a race Saiyan character can transform into a Super Saiyan, for example. This is another incredibly exciting battle system that lets each race awaken into a different, higher form, okay? So as you're seeing right here, it uses the same button as Awoken skills would in Xenoverse 2, in a sense, right? The controls and the button layout and the buttons and stuff are just a little bit different. Just hit my mic, my bad. But yeah, you can see right here that the soul change mechanic, right? It's, I think that's L2, right? L2 circle. And this is after the gauge fills up for it, right? So it's basically like Limit Burst with an Awoken skill in a sense, right? Now, the only thing that I'm worried about with Awoken skills is will it be timed, okay? I don't know. I don't know. They haven't confirmed anything about that yet. But if it is replacing, you know, the soul change mechanic, I don't know about that, right? But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going down with it, right? So, another thing I've seen, and this one, I don't see it. I just cannot see it. But let's talk about this, okay? And, you know, no hate to this person or anything like that. This is just an example because they have video clips of all these games kind of side by side. And I don't think Xenoverse 3's gameplay is... That's like the best gameplay that you could have shown for it. But it said visually the gameplay of Xenoverse 3 is sort of a mix between Battle Z, The Breakers, and Kakarot. I don't really get the same vibes as in the old Xenoverse games, even though I play them regularly, okay? Now, first of all, we're seeing this against a robot character that has super armor, okay? So, yes, the gameplay is significantly going to be slowed down whenever you're fighting a character that has super armor, okay? Because they're not, you know, taking any, like, hits necessarily. Like, there's no, like, you know, reaction to it. They're just standing there. So the comparison, the Battle Z gameplay and the Breakers gameplay does not make any sense to me, dog. Xenoverse 3 is faster. It snaps quicker, okay? And we'll go over that. We'll go over the actual gameplay. And it just looks smoother. Battle Z has some of the absolute worst gameplay. Okay, I don't want to say it's the worst of all time, but like, in my opinion, it's got some of the most atrocious gameplay, y'all. I do not like how that game plays. It's stiff. It's like you're playing Xenoverse 1. The movement is weird. There's like this weird ghosting effect, as you can see on there. The only thing that Xenoverse 3 kind of has that's like Battle Z is the HUD, the layout of stuff, okay? The layout, it's very crowded. And it's like this more like futuristic looking like layout in terms of the design for like the UI and the HUD and everything. And that's another thing. That's one of the big things. That's probably my biggest criticism so far is I do not like, or I'm not a big fan of how they're doing the HUD and the UI and the like the layout of everything. Like they need to clean that up. There's too much shit. It's too crowded, right? One of the best things about Xenoverse 2 is that they had it very clean. Like it was pretty empty, right? For the most part. Like you had your health bar, you had your other characters, the opponent's health bar, and then the skills would appear when you press the button, right? So I think that would be better. Okay, we'll go over that in just a second here. But comparing it to Breakers as well is also insane to me, dog. Breakers was not good in terms of the movement at all, right? It's like it used Xenoverse 1's movement in combat, which is weird. It was so janky. The game was very janky, okay? Xenoverse 3 does not look janky like that. Like, it looks like things are connecting for the most part. It's not perfect, but it looks good to me. Like, maybe I'm crazy. I'm looking at the gameplay and, like, the combat looks pretty decent to me. Obviously, when you're fighting on a team like this and you have, you know, the super armor and everything, it slows things down. But, like, things flowed well here. Like, even this clip. Okay, watch this clip real quick. I mean, it's been playing like a million times, right? So, the super armor slowing things down. You have the break. You're teleporting. You're dashing. Combo. And then you go into a god. Like, that connects. That connected. The breaker shit is ass. That is so fucking ass, okay? I will say it's a little bit more similar to Kakarot. Just a bit. The way that the moves and the combos and the combat looks, it is similar. I will give it that, okay? But Kakarot's much slower. Much slower, right? Xenoverse is faster. Xenoverse 3 looks faster to me. Okay? And the impact effect where it rumbles after doing those teleports and everything, that feels good to me. I say feels good. I didn't play it, but it looks good to me, right? So yeah, I just can't wrap my head around that. Okay, this is just my opinion, though. If you think it looks like Battle Z and the Breakers, like, I'm talking the gameplay and the combat, then okay. I'm not going to sit here and convince those people, but I just don't think it looks like that, okay? So this one was fucking hilarious to me, dog. It's like some of this stuff, I don't know what's bait and what's not. Are y'all rage baiting or y'all dead ass, okay? I heard somebody say this person was dead ass, okay? No hate to them. I'm not trying to throw hate to them, but like this, yo, downgrade. Oh my God, okay? Oh my God. Downgrade? What are we talking about? One of Xenoverse 2's biggest, or just not even Xenoverse 2, Xenoverse's biggest criticism, one of them, was the fact that these motherfuckers looked oiled up. Shirt off, oiled up. Diddy ass shit, bro. They finally have gone to more of a cel-shaded direction for the game. And I'm not saying that this looks perfect. This is the perfect, best looking Dragon Ball game of all time, but it is miles better. It's multiverses better than what Xenoverse 2 looks like. Like, what are we talking about? The only thing that they need to clean up and improve are the shadows, the textures, and like the shading of stuff, right? Some of that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But the models look great. The overall shaders look great. It looks nice. It's a nice looking game. This is a good looking game to me. It looks much better than Xenoverse 2, right? So I don't know if it's nostalgia. Again, I feel like a lot of this stuff is just, this is our first reaction to a game that has had 10 years to change things. And because it's so different, it's like overwhelming for people. That's what I think it is. But like, I don't know. I really don't know, like, what is happening? What are we talking about? What is going on? Somebody, please. I think I might be crazy because it's like, I've seen a lot of people, maybe not about the graphics and everything, but like overall, like just, I've seen a lot of people say that they don't like how the game is so far. Like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's talk about the HUD again. Okay, let's get into the HUD. Because this is one thing I don't really like, okay? The overall design, the simple look of everything, almost kind of like, it's almost like a scouter. Like if you had a scouter on and like, you know, you had all this shit on your eye and you were looking. It's kind of like that. So it's like, okay, that's fine, right? That's fine. It's not, it doesn't look awful, but it's not like the best looking HUD I've seen in a Dragon Ball game, right? It almost like lost a lot of Dragon Ball identity. Like this does not look like something from a Dragon Ball game. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's nothing on here that indicates this is a Dragon Ball game other than obviously like what you're seeing on the screen, which is the gameplay itself. But like everything else, like the buttons and everything, you could get these button layouts and these health bars and everything, and all this data and shit, and you could put it on like any other anime game, right? And it would, you'd be like, oh, okay, like, looks good to me. But yeah, it's too crowded. There's too much bullshit on the screen, y'all. It's too much. That entire right side, and even the skills being there, really just need to go. Okay, the health bars, like circling the health bars and stuff on this was funny to me because it's like you need that. Like the health bars have to be there, right? You can't get rid of that. So those are vital. Those have to be there. Entire left side, this part right here, special missions, digging into the land of ice, defeat Broly. We don't need that. I know that's the mission. It's probably going to say what the mission is. I think it does say what the mission is, what the objective is at the very beginning. So yeah, I don't need to see that shit, okay? The ability activated, breaker technique, ability these are like the passive, I guess, abilities and things that happen, or like even active abilities, right? Because this is activated. Depending on things that you do, right? That's fine if it appears up on screen, but for it to appear at a pretty important part when the character's doing a cutscene right here, where it's covering the character's face, that's bad design. I don't need that shit appearing there. You can put that somewhere else, right? You maybe put that over there where it says the special mission digging into the land of ice, defeat Broly. Like that shit, put that over there or somewhere else, okay? Then you have Trunks who talks to you, okay? And honestly, that shit should just go on the bottom right, in my opinion, okay? It's too cluttered over here on... Sorry, did I say bottom right? I'm stupid. I can't... My directional shit is bad right now, y'all. Dragon Ball fans, it's me. Sorry. The Trunks talking, but just make it like Xenoverse 2. And like, that's the one thing from Xenoverse 2 that, again, they did good, right? When dialogue popped up, it was on the bottom left of the screen. Yeah, the skills being just always on screen at all times. No, we don't need that. Only when I press the button. If I press L2, then it can pop up. Okay? When I press R2, then it can pop up. When I let go of R2 or L2, it goes away. That's what it needs to be. So I'm really hoping there's some customization and freedom over that. Because they have to understand, and they have to know themselves that this HUD and this layout of everything and the UI is too much. It's too much. I'm getting anxiety looking at it. I'm just joking. It's not that bad. But yeah, it's just a lot going on, y'all. Okay? Let me know what you think about that. Do you fuck with my idea of how I would do things? Health bars, you can keep all that, right? Trunks talking when he's gonna have a little bit of dialogue, okay? When he appears or whatever for your soul switch shit, put that bottom left. Skills, skill layout, okay? And even like the transformations and all that, go away. Remove, appear whenever you press skills, like in Xenoverse 2, okay? The ability things that show up, right? You could also probably put that on the left side as well. And if it does show up, you know, maybe put it more closer to the bottom right if you're gonna put it on the right side, because it being right there in front of the character's face, which is not there all, you know, at all times in front of the character, but like right here, this. Come on. What are we doing? That's what I think, okay? That's my biggest criticism so far. Another thing that we got to talk about. Cooldown on skills. Cooldown replacing ki and stamina, okay? You see this bar right here, this curved bar that has a number 2 next to it, next to Broly's like neck, okay? That right there is the new ki/stamina bar thing, okay? If you use like a dash, right? I forgot what they call it in this game. They call it something a little bit different. One of like the burst dashes or whatever, it'll drain, I think, like half of it, okay? If you're getting hit by characters or guarding or whatever or something like that, I think that's when it starts like going down and stuff. The energy charge technique is what charges that up, okay? Because you can see up there, we don't have a ki or stamina bar anymore. Because when you use skills, it has cooldown, okay? Now, the cooldown, from what I saw, doesn't last a very long time, at least for the supers. okay? You also only have one ultimate in this game. Which, I mean, yeah, I would like to have 2 ultimates. That's better, right? But it looks like you have a different thing that's, I guess, replacing that, which are the soul assists. Okay? It's not an ultimate, but it is kind of cool to see a character pop in and team up with you. Like in this case, Vegeta comes in and does the Gallican with you. So that's not a huge deal to me. But I understand people not liking that and wanting to have 2 ultimates instead, right? So, yeah. This part right here where it's showing like the damage after you do certain combos and stuff, like I don't need that. That's fine, I guess, if it shows up. But again, it's just more shit adding onto the screen. And it's a little, again, it's too overwhelming. So it's like, I don't know if that's got to go or what, but maybe that's another thing. But yeah, I can understand some frustration with these changes, and it's going to be taking some getting used to. But on paper, it is good, right? At least when it comes to the skill cooldown thing, so that you're just not spamming all the time, okay? If you have a bunch of ki and you're just Kamehameha, 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 right? Like, no. That's why they're likely doing this, is to avoid the spamming shit, right? And again, it doesn't look like it takes a super long time. It fills up pretty quickly from what I saw from the gameplay, okay? So yeah, it's interesting to see the different direction that they're moving forward with, because, you know, having like ki and stamina in a sense be removed and then change into this one single bar that's like kind of together, right? And then the cooldown period thing is not something I really expected for them to do, right? I thought they were just going to keep everything in the same format. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. When we play the game, I think it'll feel different than what we're watching, okay? Because again, no hate to whoever did the gameplay, but whoever was doing the gameplay didn't do a great job of showing off the gameplay, okay? Like, it could have been done better. I think it would have been better if we saw it in PvP, but I understand why they show this first, because this is how this is a big Xenoverse thing. Teaming up on like a parallel quest / mission or doing a raid, okay? That is a Xenoverse thing, okay? So we'll wait until we see PvP. For now, let's relax and we'll see how things progress, okay? But again, initial reactions, I get it. I understand. So, yeah, let's just watch the gameplay, okay? Let's just watch a little bit of the gameplay, because this is what I want to talk about here, okay? So, look at just like the flight. The flight looks good. The impact effect with the Kamehameha looks good. The animations look awesome. That looks great. Okay? Again, there's a Kamehameha. Got a Super God Fist. Combos look fine to me. Okay? It's not the most groundbreaking, amazing combat I've ever seen, but it looks fine. It does not look bad to me. Again, I think people are wanting it to be like Sparking Zero, where it's just like this crazy fast shit, and that's just not what Xenoverse was ever like. That's awesome. I love that. The Super Kamehameha, being able to, you know, charge that up and aim is really fucking cool. I like that. You still have your snap vanishes. You still have your ki blast. Like, it's Xenoverse. Like, that looks like Xenoverse. This looks like Xenoverse, with a little bit of Kakarot influence in there, okay? That's cool. I like the Soul Assist thing. That is cool. Again, I don't like seeing the gameplay like this where it's slowed down because this fucking super armor bitch. But when you break, things speed up. Look at that. Look how much faster things look. Like, that looks much better. And then obviously the Broly fight is not, again, it's a horrible way of showing the gameplay, because there's a lot of halting and slowing down the gameplay significantly where you have to avoid, okay, beyond the defensive and shit.
Anyway.
Oh my god, I was going to get copyright
Broly's
there. So, yeah, I mean, we have to see more, man. We definitely have to see more. I don't see the Battle Lyzeum Breaker shit. I just can't see that. I remember how that shit played. I even went back and watched it, and it does not look like that. It looks a lot snappier. It looks faster. Those games were much slower. And I mean, I say that whenever the gameplay gets slowed down because of his fucking super armor. But when you actually are connecting the combos and there's reaction to it, look at that. That's fast as fuck. Look how fast this looks. Okay, it's not the fastest thing ever, but like it's much fast. That looks good. That looks good to me. I think I'm crazy then. I might be crazy, y'all. I have to be or something. And like the animations look better. Burning Slash. Like, that's awesome. These animations look great. Like, I want to play this, man. If the gameplay looked like dog shit, then I wouldn't want to play this. Like, I want to play this. That's just my opinion, though, okay? That's just my opinion. Like, dude. Look how, that's so much, that's great. That looks so... That sequence right there looks fucking awesome to me. Look at this. Boom, bitch. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 bitch. Boom. That's Xenoverse. That looks like Xenoverse to me. That is a Xenoverse ass shit right there, bro. And people say it doesn't look like Xenoverse. Oh, bitch. Like, look how it snaps. The snapping is great to me. Oh, man. I think I might be crazy. Put my ass in a straitjacket. I might be crazy, okay? That's my thoughts about everything so far, okay? I do not think that the game looks bad. There are things about the game that I'm not a big fan of yet, but we'll see. Let's give it some time. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they change things. And hey, they might be listening to some feedback from just the community. And obviously, they're going to take the valid criticism, right? And they're going to filter out the bullshit because, like, there's a lot of bullshit out there. But yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions. This was the longest fucking video. I just had to talk about it, man, because, I mean, we got to talk about this shit. We're fans of this game. We got to talk about this stuff. We got to give the good criticism. We got to filter out the bullshit. And we also, it's okay. Believe me, it's okay. If you like what it looks like so far, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Everybody's going to have a different opinion.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.